Answer to Rosa is heavy on celebrating and decorating for holidays, for the man-made holidays. But I remember I stayed going to the libraries. It was like one of my favorite places there, other than like going on the trails and stuff. Because clearly I couldn't do much. I was still handicapped when I was there. But the libraries would decorate for every single celebration. And the one they didn't decorate for, of course, was Black History Month. I remember I had to keep on complaining about it. So then they finally, one of them, because the Roseland one's still racist as fuck. You see the old bitch with the bob. I'm pretty sure she more than likely got the same haircut with her wrinkly ass. Old Hispanic bitch. But she starts just come out and give me this little ugly look. I know why it was though, because the little Hispanic boy that I wasn't even interested. But he'd come and stare at me. He worked at the little place across the street from the library. But I guess, I don't know, he heard my truck coming in or whatever. No. But when I came to the library, he'd just come and stare at me. Like, I just pretend like I don't see him, like I'm in my phone or looking at the books or whatever. But you know, you be seeing people from the corner of your eyes. And like I said, you could sense when people just staring at you. But my point is, I paid him no mind. But this girl used to be so mad. And she was like way older than me. And I'm pretty sure I'm older than him. So I'm like, nah. And some people be strange like that, but not me. I don't need no young dude. No, thank you. But like I was saying, they still won't put no decorations or nothing up for Black History Month at that one. But it was one, not the Cottington one. I can't remember the name of the other one. It's the one in the suburbs. They ended up putting out a little shelf, and they put a little sign on top that say celebrating Black History Month, and then put some bullshit ass books out though on it. They ain't put no real Black history books, something that's gonna teach us some real shit. They put some bullshit ass like magazines and that type of shit out on the Black History Month bookshelf. But I'm like, you know what? I just take that as a sign. This ain't the place for us. If y'all gonna continuously disrespect melanated people, like y'all act like y'all so welcoming, but then when we get here, y'all want to disrespect us. That's just a sign we shouldn't be here. Either we should move here in a big group, cause that's what y'all like to do. Y'all like to feel tough when y'all in a big group. That's when y'all get disrespectful, because one-on-one, y'all don't do that. If we're gonna be realistic. So yeah, either move there in a big group or just don't fuck with it. Just go, because they don't deserve us. And then the men be so infatuated with us. That's really what the jealousy be behind. So some of the females that like females too, though. I didn't have to, like, trying to talk to me and stuff. but the men, this is what they get mad about, because they don't want they men in their family or whatever, they don't want to see them with no melanated woman. They're not going to admit it, but you will see them sneak dissing and stuff. I'm not fluent in Spanish. I understand it a little bit. So I did somewhat talk to a Hispanic boy when I was there, but then I heard his mom talk shit on the phone. And then he tried to lie about it. So I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, this ain't it. Because if you gonna sit and let your mom disrespect me, and then you gonna lie about it, I'm not dealing with you. Because I'm gonna want to beat your mama up. And I'm gonna have to put my hands on you. I'm trying not to be like that. But for real, that's how I take it. But like I said, I try not to handle everything with violence. But sometimes that's what it takes because people try to bully you. Because they'll be like, oh, well, since she gonna sit there and let me do this, she must be soft, so I'm gonna do it some more. So I take it. Because bullies thrive off of that. Bullies ain't gonna try to bully nobody that they know they're gonna beat them up. So I'm the type of person to be like, I can show you better than I can tell you. And it is what it is at that point. But like I said, I'll be trying not to go to jail. And I'm working on being a changed person anyways. I'm progressing because as you said, I don't need to be fighting no more. And I feel sad. Like everything happens for a reason, you know. I do be trying to be a better person. Sometimes you could communicate, use words to solve problems. Where you don't have to put your hands on people. But I believe in self-defense. I told him that too. I believe in self-defense. As long as nobody put their hands on me, we could talk it out. I could do the adult thing, and we could have a conversation and try to find the solutions. And also, when the school is doing Black History Month for my middle schooler, one of the books, I can't remember the name right now, but even the name of the book was so disrespectful. That book was so disrespectful. And then, like I said before, my daughter was one of the only melanated person in her classroom, because the other boy that was melanated, he didn't say he was Black or nothing. He used to just be like, oh, I'm Mexican. Even though, like, we could tell, like, he wasn't full Mexican. He could have had Mexican in him, but, you know, he was darker than my daughter. He was probably a shade darker than me, too. I'm not saying, because some of them do get dark. They do get dark, but you could tell, like, the complexion, it be different, for real. And then, not to say that people don't be having Black in them, because, the first life came from a Black person. If we're going to go back and do the real history, everybody got at least 5% in them. So if y'all want to run with that little 5%, but that still don't give y'all no reason to want to use the N-word, because we also know how that word was derived. So before you even question, no, I'm not giving an N pass to nobody. I'm not giving an N pass to nobody. But for real, that book was so disrespectful. Like, from the page 1 to the last page, y'all, this Negro, they didn't call people Black or nothing in that book. It was just always so disrespectful. And then every time that word, my daughter would tell me, every time that word got brought up, the Hispanic kids in her class would giggle and then would be looking at her like teasing and stuff. And then I had told the principal I had wanted to talk, to the teacher about that book and the way that it's affecting her learning in that class. Because it was to the point I was going to pull her out of that class until they finished that book, or try not to handle it with violence. She ended up, that's around the time she ended up being suspended anyways for what happened with her friends. So we didn't have to deal with it for too long. But I did tell my friend there, like, yeah, keep your child away from that school by any and all means, because I know their schools suck, but that one absolutely suck. It was Bright Charter, WRIGT. WRIGHT. Bright Charter. That school sucks. And if they still got that same principal, the bird-looking bony bitch, she was this close. She was this close to making me go to jail. But then I had to bring up, now even though her child is mixed though, but you know how they be. They want to love the black man, but then be mean to the women. The ones like her, because not all of them, but the ones like her. But I had to come up to her a few times and kindly threaten her in the nice tone and the kindest way. But I told her, like, now you know if it was the other way around, if I was your child principal and your child was full white and this was happening to your child the other way around, you wouldn't want your child to continue going to the school, right? And that's not even it. It was more than that, but that's just what I'm just bring up for now.